Nice rain sighting.
It's been raining like this since yesterday.
It's another it's another rainstorm here in LA.
Stuck in the mud this morning. In Coldwater Canyon, Lake Trolley, KFI News.
It's brought to you by FTLA. The murder of a 15-year-old girl in Orange County in 1980 has investigators again calling for help from the public. 6 months after the girl disappeared in Fullerton, only part of her skull and a couple of other bones were found in Brea. OC Sheriff's investigator Robert Taft says there were no leads or DNA to go on until last year when someone came forward about the killing of Terry Patterson.
The individual came forward and said that she had been involved in some specific circumstances in the area where Terry was last seen.
Taft says the woman was able to provide enough detail for a sketch of the man. It's on the Orange County Sheriff's website. A judge has stepped in to temporarily prevent Inglewood from destroying certain police conduct records.
The temporary restraining order stops the shredding of any potentially relevant use of force or other officer conduct records ahead of an expanded officer transparency law that kicks in with the new year. The ACLU petition claims Inglewood ignored public records requests for records including officer-involved shooting, sexual misconduct, or dishonesty. Inglewood told the judge this week some of the public records requested are not relevant and can be destroyed. The ACLU agreed, but said the city should not be the one deciding which records are relevant. In L.A., Corbin Carson, KFI News.
The man is offering a $10,000 reward for his French bulldog taken during a walk in West Hollywood. He says a guy jumped out of a car, hit him on the head, and grabbed his dog.
He pushed me out and slammed the door, and they sped away and dragged me with them almost 200 feet.
Police are looking for a man and a woman. The CDC is advising people to avoid traveling on cruise ships because of high COVID-19 infection rates and the Omicron variant. The advice is regardless of vaccination status. The agency says it is especially important that travelers who are at an increased risk of severe illness from COVID-19 avoid travel on cruise ships. The man who is about to be sworn in as mayor of New York has laid out his plan to fight COVID-19.
We will prepare ourselves to get through the winter surge.
Adams says he has no plans to shut down the city, but does plan to keep Mayor Bill de Blasio's private sector employee vaccine mandate in place. He also plans to send people masks and get more at-home test kits out to help ease long lines at testing sites. Adams says he will decide by spring whether to issue a student vaccine mandate for schools. He will take the oath of office in Times Square shortly after the ball drops New Year's Eve. And Las Vegas will not scale back its plans for New Year's Eve gatherings. More than 300,000 people are expected to show up for events that include a New Year's Eve fireworks show on the Las Vegas Strip. That show was canceled last year due to COVID. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits has fallen to below 200,000. The Labor Department says the 4-week average of jobless claims dropped. Vinyl cassette tape sales were up for the 9th year in a row. Okay, let's check some traffic. We do have a crash on the 101.
Yeah, Hollywood Freeway is going to pass Lankershim off ramp south on the 101 for a little while longer. 2 of the right lanes are taken away there. They're indicating somebody hurt in that crash as well. I think they're waiting on paramedics. And you will catch that back up out of the San Fernando Valley for your commute down toward Hollywood. A wreck on the shoulder, 405 north right by the 101. That's enough to back you up to the Mulholland overpass. My insiders tell me there's still some flooding in lanes westbound on the 10 between Garfield and Fremont to the ride through Alhambra. And nothing in lanes here, but a great deal of very heavy congestion on both sides of Interstate 15 into and out of the Cajon Pass. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Bill Thomas.
Southern California Ford dealers. Ford, the best-selling brand in America.
Gettle Air Conditioning is contractor license number 1047781. This is Ken Goodrich of Gettle Air Conditioning and Plumbing. You've already heard the story of how my dad asked me to hold the flashlight for him at night while he worked on air conditioners. Dad knew he was dying, but I didn't. You know the story. Anyway, one of the things Dad would have me do is replace all the screws the previous repair guys left out when they reassembled the unit. My job was to find every missing screw and replace it with a brand new one. I still do that today, and so do all my guys. When motors are whirling and compressors are compressing and electrical contacts are doing their thing, those non-stop vibrations caused by missing screws will cause your system to die long before it's time. That's why we tied your unit down to factory fresh condition on every service call. My guys are perfectionists. No squeaks, rattles, or hums. And don't forget our awesome duct tester. Gettle. DOE.
Sneakers are not called tennis shoes.
Everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. 12:30 we jump into Swamp Watch and talk about DC. Today is a big day because President Putin actually requested a phone call with President Biden. So we talked about what we can expect in that phone call coming up in a bit.
Caltrans now saying that they've got all lanes of TCH closed for 2 to 3 hours to clear a mudslide in the area at Puerto Canyon Road there in Malibu. FYI.
Speaking of, I-5 still closed and is going to be closed for some time. They say that they are making progress when it comes to cleaning out the snow and the ice and the trucks with the de-icer, etc. up over the Grapevine, but it is going to be a while.
Pack your patience and take the 101.
Take your patience, take the 14. That's still open, although it's going to be a traffic jam.
Yeah, that's going to be a mess.
I would suggest if you drive through Lancaster, you stop by Bravery Brewing, say hi to Bart and family. While you're there.
That sounds great.
And let somebody else drive the rest of the way.
We can have one beer.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And then buy a bunch and then save it.
And a pizza.
Eat it out. Oh my God.
Can we get pizza tomorrow? Do you like the tone I take? Like I'm in Step Brothers? Can we get pizza tomorrow?
Oh my God. Virginia Jeffrey, who was one of these groomers for other people and therefore apparently could not have been victimized by Prince Andrew when she was underage?
That does not hold water. And why was Virginia Guffrey an enabler or a honeypot or what have you? Because of her own grooming.
Right. That's a good point. We talked yesterday about this new guidance that came out on the shorter cherry pie isolation guidelines. And the Nurses Association, American Nurses Association, said is deeply concerned about this latest guidance as well as the safety of healthcare workers. And it, on the one hand, it makes perfect sense. I understand that they, in a vacuum, are talking about the specific health of nurses. I get it. But one of the things that the CDC said when it changed the isolation guidelines was that we have to have some balance when it comes to keeping a semblance of normalcy and the health implications of a shorter isolation period. Specifically, and you referenced this earlier, the hospital stays that have been, lately, hospital stays have been reduced by half, was it? I think 4 days is sort of the average hospital stay, compared to 9 days a year ago at this time. We're doing better, and one of the things that we're going to need going in the next couple of weeks is staffed hospitals. Not even necessarily fully staffed hospitals, but we just need people to be able to staff these positions in the hospitals that are already seeing shortages.
A former CNN producer is reportedly under investigation for serious allegations involving potential juvenile victims. This would be the second staffer at CNN to be investigated for crimes involving minors. This guy at the center of the investigation is Rick Saliby.
Certain people from certain parts of
Show, the lead.
a certain country drive slower than others.
The investigation involves serious allegations involving potential juvenile victims. It appears to be tied to a report by Project Veritas. They say that he solicited nude photos of a 15-year-old
wants to
girl.
contribute to some new windshield wipers, feel free.
Earlier this month, we told you about this other guy, John Griffin, indicted by a federal grand jury for attempting to induce minors to engage in unlawful sexual activity. This is the guy who was trying to convince,
oh my God,
their mothers that they needed to be sexually trained.
15, 14, 13, and 9 years old. That he tried to get at least those four girls to his Vermont ski house for training sessions on things like spanking.
And what else?
God.
That's a term I've never heard before.
Yeah.
And I don't even...
Genital worship.
Yeah, okay.
What the hell is wrong with people?
JetBlue is the latest to cancel a bunch of flights, and not just today, tomorrow, and Saturday. JetBlue is canceling flights through the middle part of the month because of crew shortages. Obviously, we're seeing everybody and their mother coming down with some version of cherry pie, most of it the Omicron variant. And the New York-based airline, JetBlue, says it has cut about 1,280 flights on its schedule through January 13th, about 10% of its planned capacity.
Tesla's got a recall in the works. It looks like they're recalling a slew of the Model 3 vehicles made between 2017 and 2020 due to problems with the rear view camera. And some Model S vehicles due to front truck problems, if you're wondering.
The Model S...
It's not like your car's going to blow up or anything.
The Model S, they're saying, could also, for some reason, stop the front trunk, the frunk, from latching, which, while if you were driving, it'd be like the hood of your car flopping up.
Why do you need a front?
Well, there's no engine in the front of your car.
Right.
If you have a Tesla.
So you just put more crap in there?
Empty space.
Yeah. And then finally, great news for you. Christmas comes twice for you this weekend, Gary Hoffman, because on Sunday, the documentary Just Call Out My Name airs on CNN at 6 p.m. All about the life of Carole King.
Did she?
Clippers big man Vince Zubac was placed in health and safety protocols, joining teammates Moses Wright, Brandon Boston, and Jason Cross. Rams offensive lineman Andrew Whitworth was activated from the team's COVID list and may be available to suit up against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. And the NFL named its 15 finalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2022, and former Rams superstar wide receiver Corey Holt made the top. I'm J.D. Haffrick. Download the DraftKings app and use code SPORTS to get a free shot at millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit. $5 plus required eligibility for Sponsored by Injury Attorney SuperLawyer.com. Mike O'Brien's team is back in Montebello. Yeah, let's the 60 eastbound, just approaching Rosemead Boulevard. Looks like they finally went to the right shoulder a few minutes back. Still heavy going through Montebello, just losing to 710. Now, there's still problems with the Baldwin Park, but hopefully the lead there is just very well. 605 southbound at the 10. We can go down to two right lanes for a couple of hours. Still heavy, but drivers and now for the best roads and quickly up ahead. Goodyear, that's when Speaker was there at the 5. Southbound 5 on the Victor, a 2-7 interchange, close to the lane, and still look at the accident. You can see the woman, SuperLawyer.com. Michael O'Brien, give it a 5 on the sky. Well, you're going to go hiking. Yeah. On the highway, just go with the reindeer. AFI style. And that's there. Victor Moorhead, Sponsored by Berkeley Outlet. No red light and prices. Put an answer on your New Year's celebration. Stop by your local grocery outlet and pick up the 40% versus traditional grocery stores. Super Dan Light has savings of 40 to 70%.
replaced their own windows and started their own company. But fast forward 20 years, they're still using warm, bright, and beauty the home price line. Now, for a limited time, American Vision Windows will pay the tax plus zero payment until 2023. Tax based on materials only, on purchase of 8 or more windows, cannot be combined with any other offers, on approved credit, and some restrictions apply. CSLB number 778326. I recommend them to friends and family and to you. Trust the window company that I trust, my family trusts, American Vision Windows. Give them a call, get that free estimate today, 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or for all their specials, visit AmericanVisionWindows.com.
With COVID-19 still looming, your holiday season might be more stress than cheer. Cal Hope can help with free emotional support. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
General Air Conditioning is contractor license number 1047781. This is Ken Goodrich of General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. You've already heard the story of how my dad asked me to hold the flashlight for him at night while he worked on air conditioning. Dad knew he was done, but I didn't. You know the story. Anyway, one of the things Dad would have me do is replace all the screws the previous repair guys left out when they reassembled the unit. My job was to find every missing screw and replace it with a brand new one. I still do that today, so do all my guys. When motors are whirling, compressors are compressing, and electrical contacts are doing their thing, those non-stop vibrations caused by missing screws will cause your system to die long before its time. That's why we tighten your unit down to factory fresh condition on every service call. My guys are professionals. No squeaks, rattles, or hums. And don't forget our awesome dust tester. Gettle. GOE-TTL. It'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell. Call us.
As 2021 comes to a close, get ready to celebrate the year in music. We're here to have a good time at our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Where the unknown radio ad comes alive.
Coming back to Fox March 22nd. Live from Los Angeles. With your favorite artists will go home winners. Our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
We're hauling on the golf cart. I missed the tree, and the cart flipped over on my side, so I'm on the ground, and Angel's like falling over me. And Angel starts with the mother, and then she realizes she's not heard. She stops and she's like, oh man, where'd that come from? I'm like, I don't know. It's been Carly Cooper show. It's the end of that, man. That's wild. We think that that's on the box. Everywhere live on the iHeartRadio app. Welcome back to the
Shut you up if you messed up with these seconds.
Kyle Moore.
I'm not, I wasn't even talking.
Former avocado farmer turned drug dealer
You?
law enforcement for years.
What do you get?
So that's actually where he was born and where his family was from originally. But his cartel, we believe he is based in the Jalisco area, which is a neighboring state, one of the most populous states in Mexico, home to the Catholic city of Guadalajara. You know, we were talking about Los Angeles before the break, and sort of his footprint in Los Angeles. Where in LA do you think his cartel is based? Are there specific pockets in the Los Angeles or Southern California area where he's most active? I think we've seen probably the majority of the activity actually in that metropolitan downtown area, south area of Los Angeles.
I'm sure
we've
that's
seen
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Melissa. What's your name?
TJZ.
Hi, I'm Syra. Hi, what can I get for you? Let me get the caramel brulee latte. Sure, what size would you like? I'll get a grande. Can I get no whipped cream? And also, how many pumps do you guys add up the caramel brulee? 4. 4? Can I do 3 instead? 3 pumps, and you said no whipped cream, right? Correct. Yes. Okay, what else can I get for you? That'll be all. Okay, that's fine. 2 of them, right? I'll see you at the window. Thank you. Thank you.
don't you ever just get it normal? Like, just the way it is.
No, because I'm saving some calories, you know? You gotta be smart when it comes to buying drink coffee.
You don't even buy coffee. You gotta, God knows what.
It's a latte. And then I have this app, guys. So if you use this app, you collect points, stars, and then you get free stuff. I'm sorry, it's only one. It's only one? Yes.
But I'll take the free one.
Huh?
I should say, but I'll take the free one.
Thank you. So like right now, look, I have 189 points, which it's equal to, no. It's equal to a free drink. I could have just used my 150 points and gotten a free drink. But if you want to save more points, you have to like save them. So that's what you do.
They know the password to it?
It's on the DSL box. I wonder what. Thank you. I wonder what that is for.
Probably like a 7-Eleven type of thing.
Delicious. I have never had a coffee so delicious in my life.
Yeah, Starbucks should sponsor this video.
Huh?
Starbucks should sponsor this video.
Starbucks should sponsor me free coffee for the rest of the year. I'm a loyal